Yeah, this is going to have to be my last, I hope, episode in this saga, because the squirrel has outfoxed me. Okay, I accidentally hit the switch. Okay, so what I did was I affixed these angles, you see, and on either side to keep him from having much of a jump area, platform to jump from. And I put on these extra bricking. I want to just go in this door, I think, and then I want to. But I will pause this after I show. I put 3 bricks and one at an angle to give you as much height as I can. I mean, if I put it any higher, I won't be able to see it pretty much. And that's half of why things from birds, I suppose. Humanitarian for birds, not really, but it's interesting to watch. But, you know, it's like a bear shooting in the woods. If you can't, does he if you don't see him do that? But then again, why would somebody have that curiosity into all habits of bears? But I do like watching birds. So we're going to see where this goes. If we can conquer this, I'm going to take the bird feeder down just so. Okay, he's checking out the new deal here. He hopped up from that chair and walked along the corner molding that I put up there. There's 3 nails sticking out of each one, and not the sharp part, but as obstacles, not as intending to injure him. But he navigated his way above them very easily. It is higher. I guess it is cloudy today, or foggy. It looks that way on this camera. I don't know if it's my let's see. I just want to see if it's the. Is this, what is this? Hey, Elmer. How are you? Good old Elmer. Anyway, getting back to this, let's just see if it's the lens. Anyway, he's. I don't know where he can bound from. Now, trying to outthink a squirrel, really, is like trying to outthink, I don't know, Newton. I mean, but I don't think he can jump from that little space at that angle. That's too acute an angle for him to jump up at. It's almost a 90-degree. It's not, of course, but it's very close to a 90-degree angle. He needs more like a 50 or 45-degree angle to jump. At least that's where he has been jumping from that kind of a position. So we'll see if he'll make an effort. pause this until I see him try to do something. Just to show you, these dragon's teeth are, I put these finishing nails, I think they're called, here. And they are meant to impede, not impale, the squirrel. Well, he's up there with the obstacle course that I've presented him with, which he is having no problem walking around. But I don't think it leaves him a space to jump up. Those nails are finishing nails. They're blunt on the end. They couldn't hurt him any more than they would hurt a person if he touched them, or even roughly. But they're very visible, especially for somebody as sharp-eyed as him. And I'm just hoping to put a close to this saga with him just being content to get the pieces that are flicked out of the nest, the feeder up there by the birds, like these goldfinches that are sloppy birds. They're pretty little things, but they're really almost annoying because they eat one little bit of something and flick out 3 or 4 other ones that fall down here. I'm forever out there with my trusty hand blower, blowing them off because they're messy. Even though the seed that I buy is called No Waste, it's a premium bird food, which is, there's no hulls or husks rather on anything, on the sunflower seeds or anything, so that everything is edible. But nonetheless, these little goldfinches are, I guess, very finicky, or just sloppy eaters. The larger birds, like the woodpecker, come in and they go in for the peanut pieces. There's titmouse, tough titmouses coming. There's nuthatches. I saw a chickadee earlier. Finches, other finches, house finches, and so on. So that, but the squirrel has plenty down below, as does the chipmunk. Of course, the chipmunk is a delight. It's a little, I call him a vacuum cleaner. He buzzes around there and picks up all the little scraps, and there's absolutely no problem with him. But the squirrel is greedy. I don't know. It's putting a human characteristic on him. He just wants more. He wants at the whole thing. And I think I've finally thwarted him, but time will tell. It's been 2 days, and he has not gotten up there. So I'll give it another day or two and declare victory. Here's the example of the chipmunk. His cheeks will be full of little things before he's done. There's 2 or 3 of them. And up there now, are there any birds up there right now? Yeah, there's something in the back, probably a goldfinch. There are house finches, nuthatches I've seen up there. They all get along pretty well. When the woodpecker swoops in, of course, he's so much bigger. He's got that huge beak. Must have as far as they're concerned, a very ornery disposition, because as he's coasting in there, they all just flee instantly. But so they don't mess with the woodpecker, and for obvious reason. I mean, he could very easily drill holes in them if he felt like it. I mean, he can drill holes into wood, so you know that they just instinctively know these other birds. They don't have to be told that he's hazardous to their health. So they just vamoose when he comes, when the woodpecker comes. But this guy is kind of a cute little thing. And I'm happy to see him thrive. This has got to be the final segment because I've been watching him just totally give up. He's looked every which way at that feeder up there, and he has acknowledged in body language that he cannot scale the heights. And he is resigning himself to eating that which falls down to the deck area, which is fine. So he's just simply up on that little, see how I've elevated the feeder by that amount, which I figure is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 or so inches. And so it's a way up. I can't really go any higher without losing track of it, so. But he's been doing this all day. Has not made even the slightest attempt to jump up. And I think what deters him is first the height of it. He reckons it's a lot higher. However they determine that. And also he doesn't have a place to pivot from or to leap from any longer. And he's still getting a lot of freebies of seeds and peanuts that get discarded by sloppy birds. So I'm not feeling sorry for him, or should anybody, but he just doesn't have the Trimalchian feast that he had in the past every day here. So I am declaring that the contest of wills is over. And I think it's safe to say that I've beaten this little bugger. This is more of an epilogue, but he, not wanting to maybe accept grim reality, came up, and he's been looking up and trying to figure out how come I can no longer do this. So he no longer has a place to leap from. He can't climb up the pole because it's both greased and also the slinky is covering it. And this is what it's been. He goes up, looks around, tries to figure out. Oh, he just ran after, did you see that? He just ran after the hamster. The chipmunk. Little brute. So he's frustrated. He's taking it out on lesser creatures. What's the showing himself to be a bit of a bully. Not happy. He's not happy. But it's a reality that he has to just deal with. goes up again. See, he's just confounded. He's got to work his way around those nails. They don't give him a place to jump from. He can't really jump from that tray. And then the corner molding doesn't give him a place to jump. You can see the slinky on there. You just can't. He's going to slide down. He's one PO'd squirrel. Because the only way he really can get up there is directly up the pole, but that's an impossibility. There's no place to leap from. No place to leap from. And straight up, he's going to hit that thing each and every time. The Vaseline on the pole has pretty much been worn off. I could always reapply if I had to, but there's no need to. Slinky does it all. What did Archimedes say? Give me a place to stand and I can move the world, and I'll move the world. Well, give him a place to jump from and he'll get up there, but there's just no place for him to jump up from. So, for what it's worth, it won't be on my tombstone, or maybe it will be. But I have proven that I'm a little smarter than a squirrel. Probably not a lot smarter, but marginally. And we're going to end with birds enjoying what is theirs and should be theirs. There's peace in the valley.